Hello, welcome back to my channel. Yes. So, not Plattenberg. Get Plattenberg off my screen here. Who are you? Who are you, bro? Great sword, Satoru, yes? So, so, um, the Club World Cup is tomorrow, but it's level by the. We'll talk about Everton. Potentially, probably not. Potentially signing all of our players because this is the so many player of Man City now that has been linked with Everton, and I don't think it's happening. Like a lot of our players have been linked with Everton. Let's go through the list and let's go through the list. So Carl Walker, John Stones, and Jack Grealish have all been linked to Everton. I'm not sure why Everton wants every player in the planet of Man City. So obviously Carl Walker is still on a contract. I believe 1 year left on his contract. We can't get rid of this guy. We can't get rid of this guy. Not on a permanent basis. Nobody wants to buy him. So if Everton is in for him, that is great. We need to get rid of these shit footballers. Let's get it right. He's not what he used to be. We need to get rid of him. He's a burden on the wages bill. Even when you send him on loan, you still pay wages to players you send on loan. Even if it's not all of the wages, you still pay part of them. So he's a burden on our wage bill. He's a terrible footballer. He's bad for the atmosphere around the fan base and around the club. So he has to go. But this is why it's important to look at multiple sources. It's not likely. It's not a priority. In fact, they had a post somewhere, and I don't know where it is, but there are 4 options for Everton for right back. Right back. So Carl Walker may be in the list of Everton, but they have 4 options on that right back slot to potentially go for it. Option A, option B, option C, option D. I was gonna say Z, that would have been embarrassing. So Carl Walker, let's be honest, probably not going to Everton. That's not his level. Everton is too high of a level for Walker now. And people think I'm taking the piss here. Carl Walker genuinely has fallen off to such a degree, I don't think he could play at Everton anymore. I think Walker's level nowadays is in the Championship. He went to AC Milan, a lot slower, a lot more physical, all the strengths you would expect Walker to excel at, and it was bad. So, Carl Walker, I don't believe he's going to Everton. I believe he'll be going out on loan. Big up, hello to Wim, how are you? You are doing a watch long again. Yes, sir, I'm doing a watch long to, what is it called? Spain against Italy in the under-21s Euros. I'll be doing that tonight. So on my 10th, or on my birthday, sorry, 10th of August is Ajax against Telstar. Okay. Hello, big up to Stop Online Hate. Hello, big up to Rosa as well. How are all of you guys? How are you guys? Construction Workers FC. Casablanca FC. Why Casablanca FC? Wait, who do we play again? Man City. Wydad. Wait, what does Wydad have to do with Casablanca? Oh, Wydad is from Casablanca. Okay. I did not know that. I was like, what does Wydad have to do with... Yeah. Well, fuck this competition. Fuck the Club World Cup. It's not a serious competition. Let's talk about serious business. Like getting rid of Carl Walker. It doesn't seem likely. I mean, they've got a list of 4 right backs. Let's imagine the first option falls through the nets. Second option fails. Third option also fails. So now 3 options need to fail. Then they get to Carl Walker. Then they finally get to Carl Walker. They are struggling with FFP. And Carl Walker goes up to them and says, yeah, I expect to have wages of like I don't know, 100,000 a week. They're not paying that, let's be honest. They are not paying that. Let's win 15-0. Yes, sir. 20 Juni, yeah, the 20th of June, the new schedule of the Pro League is being published. Good, what about you? I'm doing good, thank you for asking. But yeah, this news doesn't seem likely. Let's go on to another player who has been linked to Everton. So Jack Grealish, he's been linked to Everton. This is not talking about Everton though, but Jack Grealish is... he's not a bad player. Let's look at our current team. Let's look at our current team of Man City. Where is Grealish? Here he is. You put Grealish in the 10. Let's say you put Grealish in the 10. I mean, this is a solid team. My mouse is dying, but this is a solid team. I hate mice like this, by the way. These battery mice, they fucking suck. I need to get a mouse with a cord again. What do you call a cord? A cable? I'm not sure. I need to get one like that, man, because these suck. They're fucking out of battery in a month, bro. So annoying. Anyhow, yeah, Grealish is an okay player. This would be an okay lineup. Of course, problem is, we can do a better lineup. We can put Foden in there and it's better. We can put Echeverri in there and maybe it's not better, but you're giving minutes to a bench player. You can get put Shetty in the middle and put whoever on the right wing. Savio, Doku, Foden. Pick your choice. You've got options there. You're not putting Grealish left wing. That is Marmouche's spot. Oscar Bob is going to be getting minutes, whether that's in midfield or on the wing. So here's the thing, yeah. Jack Grealish, not a bad player. Not a bad player, in my opinion. You can put him in here, in midfield, and he'd look okay. But he's not good enough for Man City. And that's where we sometimes need to draw the line. Between a bad player and a good player, not good enough for Man City. So he's not good enough for Man City. He has to go, but he has a level, and he can thrive at a smaller club, I believe. Tottenham is a lot smaller. Napoli, maybe he can go to Napoli and serve a bench role. I'm not sure what he'll do in Napoli, to be honest. Maybe he can go back to Aston Villa. There's a lot of teams in for Jack Grealish that I'm not worried about Grealish. I think we can sell this guy for a semi-decent price. The biggest worry is the wages. But Jack Grealish has openly talked about taking a wage cut, about wanting to play football, about, by the way, Aries. But please make it happen. Jack Grealish has talked about wanting to just play, and he's clearly done with Man City. Mentally, he's done here. I get that he likes the area, but he wants to play football. It's that simple. He wants to play football. He will take a wage cut. I tell you. Jack Grealish will take a wage cut just to play some football. I don't know Jack personally, so I'm not in the know, but that's just the feeling I have from what we as the public know. So, okay, Tottenham won't go in for Grealish, but we are still as a club optimistic that Grealish will leave, will be sold, and Napoli is interested in him. Everton was interested in him. Newcastle was interested in him. There's a lot of interest in Grealish, so I'm not particularly worried about that. Yes, I know, you've said that like 20 times. Our first Premier League game is Newcastle away. Has the schedule been announced yet? I did not know that. Premier League. Okay. What is this? Premier League games 25, 20. When were the games announced? When were the fixtures announced? Oh god, I need to use the Stadible website now to find these fixtures. Oh dear. Yeah, 25, 26 matches not available yet. Where have you seen this? It says on the Premier League Twitter or something? 1 second. 1 second, guys. Premier League. if I can type. Premier League. There we go. Okay. Where is this fixture? No. Yeah, I don't see these fixtures anywhere. I'm not sure whether you've seen this, LB, but I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. We can beat Newcastle, let's be honest. We should be beating Newcastle. I mean, look at this team. Look at this absolute monstrosity of a team. In a good way. Monstrosity in a good way. Foden, maybe a bit shaky. We'll see how he does. Nico Gonzalez probably starting the first few games. Why not have him in here? Oh, Gonzalez. That's I called him Gonzalez. Okay. So this team, we should smash Newcastle. France under 21s beat Poland under 21s 3-0. I don't think he'll go back to Aston Villa, to be honest, but I mean, that'll be good for us to get rid of him just anyway. The City Purse, is that a good source though? I mean, let me check it out. Let me check it out. I'm not sure if that's a good. I've literally never heard of that City Purse. The City Purse. What? City Purse. How have I never heard of this Twitter account? How have I never heard of this? Let me follow. Leaked, but like, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a trustworthy source. I've never heard of them. Maybe they're good, maybe they're not. I suppose we'll watch and see. Let me bookmark this. If start of the season, when the fixtures are announced, I'll come back to this, and then we'll know what how good this guy is. We'll come back. We'll know how good. It's a good source. I've never heard of it. I'm sorry, I've never heard of it before. So we'll come back to that at the start of the season, or whenever fixtures are announced, and we will fact check that, and then I'll make my opinion on them. Anyhow, so yeah, Napoli are in for the Grealish. Now, I just want to deter your attention for a moment from Grealish and over towards our squad. Now, you may notice I have our bench players lined up here. Grealish is supposed to be here as well. And Rodri. Now, you may have noticed yet, I've lined up all our players. Wingers are over here. I guess Grealish is a midfielder technically, but he's over here. Look at this half of the substitutions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defenders on the bench. We're presumably getting a right back, because currently we have no right back. Not a good one, at least. So, right back. If we get another one, Nunez is never playing in midfield, let's be honest. So, our bench, look at how many centre backs, or just defenders in general. O'Reilly, do you count him as a defender, as a midfielder? Doesn't matter, Pep will play him as a left back, let's be honest. But, you look at this, yeah? Some of these have to go. Akanji doesn't look like he's going at the moment. So Vitor Hayes, where will Vitor Hayes get his minutes? Stones, another player who potentially goes to Everton. I don't think it happens though, because let's check the wages here. Man City wages. This always takes a bit of a while to load, but I believe that going from memory, John Stones is 300k, I believe. John Stones is 250,000. Yeah, 250,000. So I don't think he's going to Everton, because Grealish has a reason, still wants to play. Grealish has talked about taking wage cuts in the past. So Grealish, I can see Grealish going somewhere and taking a wage cut and playing that on a permanent basis. John Stones, I can't see it happening. I can't see it happening. So John Stones is, if he will leave, I hope, but we need to get this guy out of the door. Akanji, Then Gusnov. Where will Gusnov play? Yeah, you still have Ake in there. Like, this bench is filled with defenders right now. It's nasty. It's nasty, this bench of defenders. So we need to massively get rid of some of these defenders. Kanji looks like he's staying, sadly. Which, it is... oh, by the way, I just realized. This should be Bettinelli. How is he called? Marcus Bettinelli? I just realized that. I forgot to... that. There you go. Bettinelli. Yeah, the bench is a bit fucked up right now. We need to do a massive exodus, okay? Because we've gotten in-out blades right now. It's Nuri, great. Rangers, great. Sherky, great. I think we need another right back, and then we are set. Another right back, maybe a goalkeeper, depends on what we're doing. I would like a goalkeeper, but if Ederson doesn't leave, no point in getting a goalkeeper. So we've gotten our signings in. Now we need to get our guys out. Again, Grealish links to Everton. Links to Everton, links to Napoli, links to everywhere. Then you have Walker, who is not actually in here. And Stones, both being linked to Everton as well. Let me put Walker in. So these guys are linked to Everton as well. Who else do we need to get rid of? I want Akanji to leave, but he won't. Guys. I want Akanji to leave, but he won't. Let's be honest. Pep Guardiola will not make Akanji leave. Which means Akanji will take up the minutes of another centre back, Victor Hayes. So Victor Hayes has to go out on loan somewhere to get some minutes, because footballers don't develop by sitting on a bench. Footballers develop as athletes by playing football. So if Akanji stays, now Victor Hayes has to leave on a loan. He just has to. He has to develop, go on loan, learn his trade. So, okay, you have Usmanov, Akanji centre backs, then Ake, left back, centre back, whatever you call him. Lewis has to go, in my opinion, on a loan, because where will Lewis play? Let's be honest. Gonzalez and Rodri, defensive midfield. Leenders, and probably Silva, who is staying, as central midfielders. Then Foden, Cherki, Marmouche, Echeverri if he stays, which is a question mark. Is Echeverri staying? So if Echeverri stays, these are all playing in 10. So on the wings we've got plenty. We've got Marmouche, Savio, Doku. McAtee is leaving, of course, we know that. We don't know where yet, but we know he's leaving. O'Reilly, he'll play either left back or midfield, potentially both. Kovacic has to leave. Gundogan is leaving to Galatasaray. And Bernardo Silva is staying, he will be one of the captains. So we are currently looking. Let me get Haaland inside of here. Pause. Let me get him in here so we can look at who's going out on this right hand side. So we are currently looking at... let me put him half and half. 1, 2, 3 players we have to get out on a permanent basis, which will be very difficult to get out. We're looking at 2 players who already look like they're going to leave anyhow. A player I'm not sure what we're doing with Kovacic. It's no news about him. I'm not sure what we're doing with this guy. And 2 players that have to be loaned out. So Everton, you have a marginal interest. Please, bro. You know what's crazy? All these men are linked to Everton. All of these guys are linked to Everton. Like, damn, that's crazy. All of them. McAtee is linked to nobody, but McAtee will leave. He's a talented player. He'll play somewhere. I was about to draw a circle here on Gundogan, but I'm kind of drawing an object here, aren't I? Oh dear. I'm drawing an object over here. Let me delete these. So Gundogan, linked to Galatasaray. These guys don't worry me. These guys don't worry me, to be honest. The only reason I talk about Kovacic a little bit is because I don't know what we're doing with him. I imagine he'll leave, though. Walker is the one who worries me the most. Grealish, I think you can sell. But Walker, I'm not that sure, because you look at Walker, yeah? We've been loaning him out, just like we did with Cancelo. You remember Cancelo, yeah? Another fullback at Man City. We wait way too long to get Cancelo out of the door. And now it just... and then we struggled with Cancelo for a while. We loaned him out, until we finally sold him super low to Saudi Arabia, which some Saudi club, can't remember who. But we wasted time on this. We wasted time on Cancelo. I think we're gonna do the same with Walker. He'll be loaned out again. I'm not sure how much left he has on his contract. 1 or 2 years, something like that. We're gonna just loan Walker out, that's what I fear. Big up to Godfrey. Big up to Godfrey. Hope you're okay. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. What about you? So, Walker I'm most concerned about. John Stones. Yeah, Al Hilal. Al Hilal is who sold Cancelo to. John Stones, yeah. We've only seen one link. Or I have only seen one link. And that is to Everton. I think Everton has like a 1% chance of signing John Stones. And that's the only club with any chance to sign him. Because John Stones may want to play for Everton again. It's close to the area as well. He's not playing for Man United or Liverpool. He's playing a smaller club. He's obviously played for Everton before. So John Stones maybe goes to Everton. Still, I don't see it. So these are 2 players that I think we're gonna waste wages on. We're gonna waste wages on these guys. I have a feeling we might keep Stones. I don't know why. Mainly because of that homegrown quota if we can't get Livramento. Also because he's a leader. Well, the leader part I don't think matters. I think more so the homegrown quota indeed does matter a lot. Do you think he will? Do you think he will? Because maybe Walker is thinking, I can still do it at top level. Maybe Walker is thinking, all I need is to go to another team in the Premier League and I can do it again. Because these players, they are delusional. Like, these players are delusional. So, I agree that he should take the Fenerbahce move. But will he? I don't think he will. But to be honest, I don't think he will. I think he'll be very stubborn. Just like Cancelo. Or maybe I have a PTSD from Cancelo not wanting to leave. But that's honestly what I think will happen, unfortunately, with Walker. Which is even more unfortunate because his reputation has been ruined as a Man City player. His reputation has been dragged through the mud, hasn't it? His own fault, to be fair, but unfortunate for Walker, I guess. I'm ready to let Walker go on a free. I agree. I agree. But again, this is from the fan base, right? From the fan base, we want Walker to leave on a free. And I agree. I would let him go on a free. But now think from Soriano. Fernando Soriano's perspective. Why does Man City have such a good PSR? Because Man City does not let players go on a free. Not a lot. Man City gets money back. Even if it's a little bit, Man City gets money back. We got some money back with Cancelo, for example. So, from a fan perspective, and I agree with you, I'm ready to let Walker go on a free, but the club is not. The club will not do that. Because Soriano is looking at that deal, he's thinking, I need my PSR profit. What's gonna get me the most money? Or what's gonna get me the most profit PSR-wise? Do I pay his wages, or half his wages for another half a year, and sell him very cheaply, when more of his total fee has been amortized? I believe his entire fee has been amortized, to be fair, so that will be a complete win on PSR, but what is hurting Man City most, from Soriano's perspective? Paying half this guy's wages while he's out on loan, and then maybe selling him with a very low fee, or letting him go on a free now. And by the way, when you make a loan, you can ask money for that loan. When we loaned out Cancelo, we should bring Tony. Tino, you mean? Tino Livramento. Yeah, I agree. And I think Tino Livramento, I mean, sorry to get off topic here, but talking about Tino Livramento quickly. If we win the Club World Cup, that is £90 million. You dump £90 million on Newcastle, they give you Livramento. I think if we win the Club World Cup, we get Livramento. We'll just go to Newcastle, drop 90 million and say, we'll take Livramento, mate. We'll take Livramento. So I agree with that. I have, but it's also very interesting. I mean, basically what I said about Grealish is he's got a lot of links. He's potentially going to... So Tottenham have pulled out, but he's potentially going to Napoli. Oh, sorry. He's potentially going to Napoli. And I think he's good enough to play at some team like Napoli. Still play some minutes. That's the gist of Grealish. Grealish will take a wage cut, by the way. He said that before, so I think Grealish will probably leave. No problems with that. But back to Walker. With Walker, yeah, if you loan him out, you can ask 1 million as a loan fee. Like, let me show you this, yeah. Transfermarkt, Man City, all transfers. When we loaned out Cancelo, I believe we asked a 2.5 million loan fee. And then we sold him on later. Let me see how... let me see how much we are. So we got 25 million out of him by selling him to Al Hilal. Loan transfer. Oh, did we not ask a loan fee for him? Maybe to Bayern we did. Oh, there. We didn't. But yeah, as you can see, you can ask a loan fee for these players. Like Calvin Phillips, we somehow got 7 million out of him for the loan fee. So if you can get a loan fee of like 2 million, let's say 2 million for Kyle Walker, his annual wages are like Walker are like 9 million. So you have a 7 million loss there. But and let's say you get the other club to pay half his wages. So now instead of a 7 million loss, you have a 2.5 million loss. So now you've got a 2.5 million loss, and you're going to sell potentially Walker at a small price. So potentially you sell Walker at 5 million, and then that 2.5 million loss becomes a 2.5 million profit. So that is why I don't think we'll sell Walker, because we could look at a 2.5 million loss and a 2.5 million profit. And Soriano will say, let's take the risk. Let's try to loan him out, then try to sell him for the lowly fee, rather than just letting him go on a free. Because that's not how Man City operates. And sometimes it doesn't work. Listen, sometimes it doesn't work. But when it does work, you get that BSR going up. And that is why we can spend 200 million in January, 200 million in the summer. That is why we can spend 400 million in 6 months and be okay PSR-wise. Because we do these things, and it's frustrating, I know, but that's why we can do it. With that said, I want him not to be in the squad. And I expect him to leave on a permanent this season. But yeah, I don't want him to leave. Because I still think we can get money out of Walker. Livramento is class. Yeah, I agree. But people don't agree for some reason. Don't know why. They're both journalists. They're both paid to waffle. I mean, I waffle a lot, but I'm not paid to do it, so I'm better. I am my own goat. There you go. I am my own goat, bruv. Like and subscribe. I'm my own fucking goat, bro. Napoli would be a good move, linking up with De Bruyne. If he plays in midfield, yeah, but I don't think he'd be a midfielder there, to be fair. We could try to make a deal with Napoli. 5 million off the price, and that should cover half the way. For Walker, yes. For Walker, yeah. We can do that for the Walker. But again, like all of these players here on the right have to leave. That they have to leave. So I'm not sure. Not all of them on permanent. Some of them on a loan, but most of them just they have to leave. Yeah. The problem is, yeah, I don't know. Like I flip flop on this. I'm gonna be honest, yeah, I flip flop on this because 1 week I'm saying, yeah, you can sell these players. Next week I'm like, oh, but who's gonna buy them? I flip flop on this. I'm gonna be completely honest. I flip flop on this. But we have to get these guys out. The rebuild, it's more important to get these players out than to get in another player. You can go get a right back. Great. If these players like Gundogan, Kovacic, McAtee, Walker are still on our books next season, that's going to be a problem for the season after, where we're going to try to get more signings in to complete the rebuild, because I think it will take one more season to complete the whole rebuild. That's a problem. We can't have these guys on our books again. It's interesting, I agree, that Everton wants to sign these players. I agree, that is interesting. So the new owner is the same that currently owns Roma. Really? I did not know that. So what are we saying? Are they trying to turn Everton into like a feeder club for Roma? Is that what we're thinking? Or maybe the other way around? Yeah, I did not know that. It is interesting. I don't think any of them will go there, to be honest. I think Stones and Grealish are the most likely to go to Everton, but Walker is definitely not going there. Let's be honest. Anyhow, that is pretty much everything talked about. I just hope we sell these players. We can't be doing this anymore with all these players who are just not performing right now. American Friedkin group. Yeah, I did not know that. I did not know that. So yeah, I'm gonna conclude stream there. I've talked about everything. I just hope we get rid of some of these players, because especially that defense. I mean, I know I keep saying this every stream, but look at that defense. Look at these defenders. How many defenders we have? We don't need that many defenders, do we now? Look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, if you count O'Reilly. 5, 6, 7, 8 defenders on the bench. Like, bruh. Now you know, thank you for telling me. Yeah, I did not know that. Thank you for telling me. So, let's see if there's any updates, by the way. Let me just quickly check. City Extra, if any new news is out. Let's see. Man City staff on their first training. I mean, I don't care about this. The Club World Cup, I really don't care about it. This is all Club World Cup. Oh yeah, Yumaba! Liberate my boy, bruv! Liberate my boy! But why are we having Akanji over here when we could have Yumaba? Liberate my boy, bruv. Because, bro, if you have not watched him, you just don't know, innit? But, bro, his level, bro. I have never watched a centre back go from one side of the pitch to the other side of the pitch, playing against Mo Salah and Marmoush, because Marmoush plays as a winger for Egypt. He was going from one side of the pitch to the other. He was locking them both up, bruv. Free my boy, bruv. Let this man play Premier League next season, man. Don't loan him out, because I know we will loan him out. Yumaba is being loaned out. Don't loan this guy out. Fucking Southampton, bro. No offense to Southampton, but this guy should be playing Premier League or Bundesliga football. A league where there's a lot of pressure on defenders, where he can learn to be a more passing defender, because that's why he's not at Man City. That is what this guy needs. Please, bro, don't loan this guy out to fucking Everton. I beg, bro. Anyhow, that is everything for me. Interesting, by the way, that he posts this picture, because he is going on loan. Is he trying to flex that he's a City player? Like, on the books, you are, but going out on loan. Unless something of the sort we've heard is false. Maybe, guys. Maybe. Akanji is doing some bozo shit in training. We pray. Akanji is doing bozo shit in training at the Club World Cup. And Pep said, yo, bring me Yuma Ba. Maybe, guys. Maybe. Pray. Southampton have good historical record of player development. Not sure if that's still the case. What's the last good player they developed though? Like, Southampton used to be a lot more in the Premier League. Like, I swear to God, Southampton was in the Premier League for like 4 or 5 seasons in a row. Back in the day, but like, they were in the Premier League in 2017. I'm sure about 2017. They were in the Premier League in 2019, 20, 21, 22 as well, I believe. 23, of course, as well. Like, that's 6 seasons in a row. That's 5 seasons in a row, and 1 season before that they were in the Premier League. So, I trust Southampton to develop players. I don't want Yuma Ba playing in the Championship. That's the problem. If Southampton was comfortably mid-table in the Premier League, fine. That's where they are at. They've got great facilities. So do Brighton. Brighton has a great record of developing players. So, you know. Ward-Prowse is the most recent I remember. I haven't kept up with them. Yeah, and Ward-Prowse is like 26, 27 already. When did you start watching Man City? I started watching Man City in 2007, 2007-8. It's my first full season of Man City. But my best memory... So what do you mean by best memory? Do you mean like the best moment as a Man City fan? I would have to, I mean, it's cliche. The Aguero goal. I guess the Aguero goal, but everyone says the Aguero goal, right? Other than that, winning the FA Cup in 2011, winning the treble, of course, winning the treble. But like, that's all the basic answers, isn't it? The company goal against Leicester, that was a great moment. De Bruyne's first derby where he scored. So it takes a lot of good moments. Or his first derby for Pep. Dusan Tadic is not that level though, I believe. Brighton are the latest club to develop talent as well. Brighton are the new Southampton. Yeah, I agree. That's a great observation. Yes, that Aguero was my first ever club football match. Oh. My first ever club football match was Club Brugge, actually. We lost. It was the klassieker. We lost. Let's not talk about that one. Sad days, isn't it? Sad days. But yeah, my first memory of football is Club Brugge losing against Anderlecht. My first memory of Man City is actually losing against Arsenal. We scored, like, it was 1-1, and then Arsenal in the second half just played us apart. I can't remember who scored. I was like 4 years old or something. But that's the first game I remember watching of Man City. Big up to Luca again. How are you doing? I was just about to end actually, but how are you doing? Good to see you back again. Anyhow, we are going to be redirecting this to connect. So Alfred in chat, guys. Alfred in chat. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Go give Connect, by the way, a lot of love, because he's a great creator. So go give him a lot of love. Smash those likes. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. So don't leave. This will redirect you guys automatically. See you guys there. Bye.